so many drafts, just so many drafts. Almost as big as my head. Hey guys, I'm Kate. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 3 of NaNoWriMo. And today I'm here to chat goals because y'all know I love me some goals. Here's the thing, NaNoWriMo dominates my life every November. I think it dominates a lot of our lives every November, and that is awesome. It's this crazy, amazing thing that we're doing, right? But also, like, I got other stuff I gotta do. Like, I'm trying to read this behemoth. It is almost as big as my head. 1,243 pages, y'all. The Count of Monte Cristo. I'm so excited. And I'm also trying to read Truth Witch so that I can participate in reading Witchlands. And then I also have a book club meeting this month. All this on top of the fact that I mentioned last year that I hardly ever read in November because, of course, I'm too busy writing for NaNoWriMo. But reading isn't the only thing that I'm trying to accomplish this month. I mean, I literally just made a video about how to write multiple stories at the same time because that's what I do for NaNoWriMo. It's like I'm adding an extra story on top of what I normally do. Let me break it down for you and for myself. The first main project is my NaNoWriMo project, which is a rewrite, and it's a rewrite of a 0 draft and not a later draft rewrite. This is going to be important because it distinguishes it from another project that I'm working on. And that project is Project Blue. Some of you guys may be familiar with this guy, aka the Meridian map, since I finally named him. Oh my gosh, it took so many drafts, just so many drafts. I would love to cover this during NaNoWriMo because it's this guy is on draft 4. I think it's draft 4 officially. It might be draft 5, honestly. He's gone through so many things and I have new thoughts about him, but because it's down to like the nitty-gritty part of the rewrite, not only am I focusing so specifically on certain words, but also certain scenes need to be changed, I realized. Put Project Blue back. And then of course I'm working on the edits for my soon-to-be indie published college romance series. I've already moved the date back on that once because initially I was thinking I could do it around December-ish, and then I quickly realized that that was not gonna work, and then now I've set the date for myself to be about Valentine's Day-y. The thing here, because it's indie published, so much of these are about business decisions, I'd initially wanted to publish 3 at around the same time, which means that I need to be farther along than I am right now. Which means that I need to speed that process along while not rushing it. There's a fine balance there, and I don't know that I've figured out exactly how to strike it yet. And then of course, like I mentioned, I will be in Dallas and Disney World during November. Those are my roaming goals, very excited. And then finally, for my random other assorted goals, I'm trying to do yoga with Adrian because I'm sitting for so much of the day. I've talked about how I've really had some problems with my like back pain or neck pain and like just posture in general. I think this is like common writer problems, but I'm trying to take care of myself. Self-care during NaNoWriMo is so important. Becca C. Smith talked about that in one of her daily vlog videos, and I've mentioned before about how I swear I get sick every November. Take care of yourselves, y'all. And then also I'm training for a half marathon that I want to do next year. It's a lot. There's a lot going on. And when I think in those kind of terms, when I lay it all out like that, it stresses me out because it just feels like too much, you know? It's hard to tell when you're in like the middle of it if it actually is too much or not, and I'm worried. But when I look at the day-to-day part of it, when I kind of break out my day in like hour chunks, it feels more manageable, and I just have to keep that in mind. So that's kind of what I'm struggling is the wrong word, but that's kind of what I'm thinking about today, is just so much stuff and trying not to over worry about all of that stuff. So I'd love to hear about you guys because of course we all have tons of different goals that aren't nano related. One, kind of how do you manage stress in November, especially when you have multiple projects going on? And if you do have multiple projects going on, comment down below. Tell me your writing, reading, travel, work, family, school goals. Tell me what you were doing this November. I also decided, because I don't want to say I'm an idiot, but this, quote me, that might be what it is. I decided to paint my writing desk. I'm taking a little craft project under the wings, and I will show y'all that eventually. Not this desk, a different desk, but still. Ooh. All of that being said though, I did surpass 5,000 words and I finished chapter 2, which was so much smaller than chapter 1. That's just how things go sometimes, right? But speaking of chapters, once upon a time, I made a chapter title just for the first chapter though. I think it would be so fun to have chapter titles for each one. This is the first story I've ever written where I've thought about chapter titles. And as y'all know, I'm bad at naming things, including titling things if the Meridian Maps has any evidence. So this is totally not playing to my skill set, but I actually think this is the kind of thing that this story deserves almost. It just fits. It fits, you know? So anyways, now I've got to think about chapter titles for some of these chapters. I think it'll be a fun challenge though. That's what I'm hoping. I've only written though 1,249 words today. Also, this yellow bit is just research that I need to fill because it's a fictionalized memoir and you can look up stuff after. So it's like her telling the story as it happened with also her knowledge of how things are now. It's a very interesting way to write it. That's kind of why I think this story appeals to me so much. But because of that, I wanted to include some facts in there, just like her kind of throwing things out about how many people are kidnapped per year and how often they escape from kidnapping and how often they're kidnapped by strangers. Like, I just want to sprinkle some stuff in because I think it fits the kind of memoirs I've read before. So more research is necessary. Thankfully, Scrivener has a research tab, but I'll be curious to see how full it gets by the end of this month. So maybe that's another question for y'all. Please also comment down below and let me know if there's anything kind of weird that you've researched for this particular story. And then also let me know if you've ever written anything with chapter titles before and if you have any kind of advice for how to create chapter titles, or does it just kind of naturally come to you? Because I know some people are just good at naming and titling things, so comment down below, let me know. This shirt is so holy. It's a very old shirt. This is just like almost completely off. Don't judge me. But having written 1,249 words today, I did surpass the 5,000 word mark and it ruined my sentence, okay? I passed it this morning when I was watching soccer. Any one government of rolled what? This doesn't work anymore. I'm gonna keep it the way it is now, just like going straight, and it'll be fun to read off later, but I am going to rework it and just see what I can come up with. And one of y'all commented and recommended that I could potentially write whatever story the sentence turned out to be for NaNoWriMo 2019, and I think that would be so much fun. We might have to wait and see what the sentence is. But still, how clever, what a cool idea that would be. And finally, since we're speaking about goals, I'm gonna go ahead and say that my goal today is to just pass the 6,000 word mark. I am a little bit behind what I set my daily word count goal to be because I'm hoping that this story will be about 75,000 words. So since I'm hoping to have a completed draft at the end of this that I could potentially give to someone, I really need to up my word count game. But I don't know how I'm gonna fit that in with everything else. See, I'm way too stressed out. It's only day 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. Tomorrow's video is actually going to be a live write-in with Becca C. Smith. It will be here on my channel at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And don't forget that there is daylight savings tomorrow if you're in the US, so we're going to fall back an hour. I think Google should have it all set up so you can just kind of click set reminder on the YouTube watch page. And then tomorrow is also when I'm going to be doing my 12-hour write-a-thon, so I will be kind of live tweeting as I go and posting stories on Instagram. If you guys want to follow and join me, all the links are down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all tomorrow with those video thing stuff. Bye. And then of course, oh, you can see me again. Bye. Oh wait, no. Well, yes, but no.